So this video is for Romain. So how to make particles appear softly. So first let's create a plane and emit particle from it with a modifier, operator modifier, emit particles. And now let's replace the surface renderer and just display the sprite points. So now, as you may see, the particles are appearing like poof, 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 poof directly. So I have many different ways to make them appear slower. So either I use an attribute modifier like opacity modifier and parameter hit, or I can use a point scale modifier with a mask like an edge mask. But let's do it simple with the point attribute modifier, which contain all particles basic attributes, opacity, color, scale, and rotation. And by default, the point attribute modifier is set to act in function of the age of the particles. So at 0% of the life of my particle, right now I have a 100% opacity value. I'll shift this K to 10%, and I will start with a 0% opacity attribute. And now you have your particles from 0 to 10% of their lifespan that will go from 0% opacity up to 100% opacity. And again, if you have a more complex setup and you have some kind of odd things happening in the particle display, you can always go into the sprite point renderer and change the test, right, and depth sorted attribute. So if you have these kind of things going on. Second thing is to change the scale. So let's say that at 30% of their life they will have a scale of 1 and start with a scale of 0. And right now my particles are going from 0% from a scale of 0 to a scale of 1 in 30% of their lifespan. So that's how making particles appear and of course disappear softly. And to make them disappear, it's the same thing, but at the end of their life, I will go at 90% of the life from 100% opacity to 0% opacity at the end of their lives. And that's all.